Hey guys, it's Al with Longoria Haas Dog Training. For those of y'all who don't know me, I am a dog trainer in Houston, Texas. Longoria Haas actually specializes in helping families raise happy and reliable dogs. That means a lot of different things. We like to do these videos to kind of help give advice to families. We also help coach and train people's dogs to walk on a slack leash, come when called, stay where they're supposed to, you know, those general manners kind of things. I personally like to compete in a dog sport, but that's really kind of what I do. So today what I want to come and talk about is an email that we received yesterday about a dog that was showing resource guarding. Now, I'm going to read to you just a little bit of the notes that I wrote down about the email. So this was a 5-year-old dog that is guarding toys and food. And it started about 2 to 3 years ago, okay, where the dog began to guard against other dogs. And then about a year ago, the dog began to guard these objects from younger children. And now the dog does have a bite history. The dog did bite the neighbor's 9-month-old son. What the family has done up to this point is they have begun to manage the dog, that anytime that there was any potential where the dog might resource guard, that they have isolated the dogs. So I do want to talk about this, about, you know, what has happened, why it is now escalated, or why I believe it's now escalated, and some of the underlying issues that need to be resolved in order to be able to do this. So what the dog has learned over the course of these 2 to 3 years with dogs and humans is that his growling and these aggressive behaviors will successfully move humans away. You know, the first time that he did it, it probably wasn't all that powerful. But when somebody saw it, somebody moved away, and that sent a signal to the dog's brain that, hey, this works to intimidate humans, and it's something that will keep me, you know, keep the thing that I want. As the dog has been practicing this now for a number of years, the dog has actually become good at it and very, very confident in a way that now it is going to children, that he says, hey, not only does it work with the dogs, but it also, I can use it to manipulate people. And now if a child actually gets too close, it is dangerous because the dog is going to come after them. So what are the underlying issues that really is causing this? Well, I wrote down 3 things here. So first is a trust issue. And part of the trust issue also comes from the second thing that I wrote down, accountability. And then the other thing that I think will help immensely in this is a play relationship. So let's just talk about trust first. So trust to me means that, you know, if I have something like my iPhone that I'm shooting this on. Let's say that I have my iPhone and I really like my iPhone. If you were some stranger and you came and asked me for my iPhone, I'm probably not going to trust you, and I'm probably not going to give it to you. But if you're a member of my family, if you needed to borrow my iPhone for a couple of moments or something, it would be no big deal. I would give that to you. But how did I get to that point? Well, it's kind of having that lifestyle of understanding that, hey, these things that are mine, that I'm possessive over, that you're fair, and then you give them back whenever I need them. And then I do the same things for you. It's really no different for a dog, teaching them about trust. The problem that we have is that we tend to try to explain these things to them with our voices, as opposed to trying to explain it to them in a way that they can understand. And we can definitely, if y'all have questions about what that's like, leave a comment below, and I can go into a little bit more detail. The other thing is an accountability issue. One of the things that I do with my dogs that's pretty unique for the first couple of years is we really try not to bowl feed them all that much. I do bowl feed some, but I try to show the dog how to be accountable to me with their food, and that I'm fair with their food, that they will do some kind of meaningful work for me, and they will end up getting their food, okay? This is a really important topic, and it's much bigger than that I'm going to cover in this video. But that accountability where the dog is actually working for a human and then receives some of the food, as opposed to being entitled to the bowl, and then the dog saying, hey, you're going to get close and I'm going to back you off with my teeth. That's important, that the dog knows that, hey, the humans control the food and I have to be held accountable to them to do that. And resource guarding toys. I don't believe that that we should have the mentality that the toys actually belong to the dog. The toys are actually belong to the dog and I, that we share them so that way we can play together with them. If you think about it like in a sport like football, the toy, the football in and of itself is only valuable in the play. When the particular play is over, nobody really cares all that much about the football because it's just the object for the game to go through. So when I'm thinking about toys, I don't really think about the toy as something that the dog plays with by themselves, but it's a toy where I'm going to go about building the relationship with the dog. So those are really the things that I would begin to address to begin to solve this problem. Some other things that I wrote down is that, does he just live in your home, or is he a part of the family? So as I think about, families and how they live together, sometimes you can just coexist. I've lived in a dorm where other people just coexisted in there, and you had to just get along with them. But then you've been a part of a family where everybody's kind of, supporting each other and encouraging each other and doing things like that, doing the things that a family is meant to do. So is he just living there, or is he really, is the dog being a part of the family, and are those needs that the dog has, to play and to use his brain and to work together with a human, are those being met on a daily basis? And so then the next thing I wrote down is, what is he told yes for daily? I understand many of us love our dogs and we do things for them, like we buy them toys and we get them food, we get them comfortable beds. But the dog doesn't always associate that with our purchases, and we do these things for them, that it means that we love them and that we're holding them accountable. So a dog really needs that moment-to-moment interaction to understand how valuable the relationship between you and they are. Okay. And then the other thing I wrote down is, does a dog actually understand no? One of the things that makes no particularly powerful is that when you actually say this word, and you shouldn't use it a lot, but when you say this word, is it actually kind of sucky for the dog when you have to say that word? And is it something that he doesn't enjoy? I think that he has to understand that there are some limitations, and that if he chooses to do this, then the things that that specific dog fundamentally doesn't enjoy are going to happen. And if he understands that, and that he sees that there's a basis that this word actually means something, then a lot of those behaviors that are really pushy and kind of dangerous for us can begin to go away. This bigger issue with the resource guarding really points to a lot of different things that are going on, and it's not really an easy fix. Now, dog training can go a long way, but learning how to live with your dog and teaching him those accountability, that he can trust you, that when we're asking for the toys, that it's not necessarily to take them away, but to play with them, will go a long way. Well, hey guys, I hope this has been really helpful for some of you guys. If this hasn't, but you know somebody that maybe is struggling with a possessive dog, you could tag their name in the comments below, or you can feel free to share this with them. If this has been helpful, like I said, I'd love to get a thumbs up on it. And anyway, guys, again, my name's Al Longoria with Longoria Haas Dog Training. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day. Okay, take care.